Bob Stevens and Chuck Zapek with the Reichenbach wrap-up on WHHI Sports. 14-0 Hilton Head Prep beats Thomas Hayward Academy. A game that we thought we'd see some explosive plays. The explosions were all from the defense.
Yeah, that's right. And it was a field that really stopped it all. It was a sloppy field after a week of rain here. That really slowed down the speed guys and it made a level playing ground for the not-so-fast guys. But just a great defensive effort coming into tonight's game. Hilton Head Prep already had one shutout. This is their second shutout. And there are 4 wins this year. They've only allowed 14 points in those 4 wins. Wow. So it's a little bit more than 3 points a game. And that's the reason why they won.
One big offensive play in the game. Tyler Fox hits McOry on a 38-yard pitch and catch. Happens in the first 7 minutes of the game, and the only other touchdown in the game is scored in the last minute by Gavin Hurlbut as Hilton Head Prep now goes to 4-3, and more importantly, 3-1 in their region. And being at 3-1, everybody else got a loss now. You start to win tiebreakers against people, and that pays off down the road.
But I got 3 more games left, and if defense holds up, that should pay well for them. You know, one of the things that I thought also that they played really well with was their kicking game. Extremely good punt game, good coverage. Of course, the wet field had something to do with that, but they really excelled in 3 levels. Great defense, obviously. That's why you pitch a shutout. Good special teams. You're able to give them a long field to start with, and they scored just enough points, 14 to win.
Thomas Hayward Academy, an explosive team, but it was like the powder was wet.
Yeah,
they couldn't get the powder dry in order to make anything happen. Their 2 great backs, the quarterback and the running back, really held in check.
Well, they had a running back who was averaging 10 yards a game, 10 yards a carry, and in tonight's game, I think he probably increased that. But he had a couple of long runs, but once they got down into scoring position, they weren't able to convert. Also, the quarterback had a rough time, particularly in the second half, with the wet ball. You can just see that the ball it's very humid here. And he was having trouble hanging on to it.
So Hilton Head Prep wins by a 14-0 count. Our next game, we're going to go to the other end of the island. Hilton Head High taking on Beaufort. Now the big boys are going to get to play. It'll be a huge game as well between those two.
It will be too. So I think what I like to see in those games are what's going to happen from the strategic point of view. Who's going to come out and try to run something a little bit different? I think tonight that's what happened here is that Kevin Wald ran a couple little different formations that caught Hayward off guard a little bit. And I think we'll see the same strategy next week. You're into the middle of the season, just that little change up offensively, defensively makes a huge difference because the other team has the advantage of looking at all the films and tapes from the last 5 or 6 games.
And it's going to be a short week for Hilton Head High as well, as they have to play on Monday and then play Friday again against Beaufort, but they will be at home. We'll be over at Community Stadium for that one. That's the Reichenbach wrap-up. For Chuck Zapek, I'm Bob Stevens.